Have you ever jolted awake at 3 a.m., heart racing, staring at the ceiling, wondering what's wrong with you? You're not alone. What if I told you these mysterious wake-ups aren't random at all, but actually your body sending you coded messages that could save your health? I spent decades helping thousands of patients with sleep issues, and I discovered something that shocked me. Those 3 a.m. wake-ups aren't just annoying interruptions. They're your body's desperate attempt to tell you something critical. And ignoring these messages could be costing you years of your life. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 5 hidden reasons behind those middle-of-the-night wake-ups that doctors aren't telling you about. And stick around until reason number 4. It's the one that changed everything for my patient Margaret, who went from 15 years of broken sleep to the deepest rest of her adult life. But first, let me ask you, have you ever wondered why sleep problems seem to ambush us as we age? It's not just getting older. That's what the medical establishment wants you to believe. The truth runs much deeper, and I promise, by the end of this video, you'll see your sleep in an entirely new light. Before we dive in, take a second to hit subscribe and the notification bell. I release life-changing health insights every week, and trust me, your future self will thank you for not missing what's coming next. The melatonin mystery that's keeping you awake. Let's start with a question. Did you know your body produces 50% less of its natural sleep hormone by age 60 than it did in your 20s? This shocking decline is the invisible thief stealing your precious sleep. Meet Harold, my 72-year-old patient who came to me completely frustrated. "Doc," he told me, "I fall asleep just fine at 10 p.m., but by 3:15 every morning, like clockwork, I'm wide awake, staring at the ceiling. I'm not even anxious. I just feel done with sleep." What Harold didn't realize was that his body was experiencing the dramatic melatonin cliff that happens in the early morning hours. Melatonin isn't just a supplement on store shelves. It's your body's master sleep regulator. When you were younger, your pineal gland produced a steady stream of this crucial hormone all night long. But here's where it gets interesting, and no one is talking about this part. As we age, our melatonin doesn't just decrease overall. It actually crashes in the early morning hours, often between 2 to 4 a.m. Your brain chemistry literally changes while you sleep, and suddenly, bam, you're wide awake when you should be in your deepest sleep cycle. And what makes this worse? The hidden light thieves in your bedroom. That tiny blinking light on your TV, the dim glow from your phone charger, the sliver of streetlight coming through your blinds. Each one is silently suppressing what little melatonin your body is struggling to produce. Here's what transformed Harold's sleep. Once we eliminated every trace of light in his bedroom, and I mean every trace, even putting electrical tape over those tiny device lights, his wake-ups decreased by 60% in just 1 week. But don't go rushing for melatonin supplements yet. In the next section, I'll show you why that might actually make your problem worse. But first, comment "sleep thief" below if you've experienced these mysterious 3 a.m. wake-ups, so I know who I'm helping today. The time-shifting phenomenon your doctor never mentioned. What if I told you your body's internal clock is literally running on a different schedule than it did when you were younger? It sounds like science fiction, but it's a real biological phenomenon called advanced sleep phase syndrome. And it explains why you might be wide awake at 3 a.m., feeling like you've had a full night's sleep. Think of your body like a train running on a schedule. When you were younger, that train might have departed for Sleepland at 11 p.m. and arrived at wake-up station at 7 a.m. But as you age, something remarkable happens. Your body's train schedule shifts earlier and earlier, without asking your permission. Take Charles, who came to me completely baffled by his new sleep pattern. At 68, recently retired, he'd find himself nodding off during Jeopardy at 7:30 p.m., only to wake up at 3 a.m. feeling completely refreshed and ready for the day. "Am I broken?" he asked me, genuine worry in his eyes. "You're not broken," I told him. "Your body's just running on a different timetable now." Here's the fascinating part. This shift happens to almost everyone as they age, but almost no one talks about it. Your circadian rhythm, that internal body clock controlling everything from hormones to body temperature, naturally advances forward with age. But here's the critical twist most people miss. This shift doesn't happen equally for everyone. Your genetics, lifestyle, and even your exposure to morning sunlight can dramatically impact how severe this shift becomes. For Charles, understanding this wasn't a defect, but a natural evolution changed everything. Instead of fighting his body's new rhythm, we worked with it. He began doing something counterintuitive. He started deliberately delaying his bedtime by engaging in light social activity in the evening. The results? Within 3 weeks, his wake-up time shifted from 3 a.m. to a much more reasonable 5 a.m. without medication. Remember when I mentioned I'd share a shocking truth about sleep patterns? Well, here it is. Trying to force your older body to follow your younger body's sleep schedule is like trying to force a smartphone to use a rotary dial. Your biology has changed, and fighting it only creates more frustration. Stick around because in reason number 3, I'm about to reveal the hidden health warning that might be waking you up, one that could literally save your life if you know how to interpret it. But first, if you've ever experienced this time shifting in your sleep, comment time shift below. The midnight health alarms your body is setting off. What if those 3 a.m. wake-ups aren't just sleep disruptions, but actually your body's sophisticated alarm system trying to alert you to something urgent? This is what happened to Eleanor, a vibrant 76-year-old who prided herself on her independence. For months, she'd been waking up at exactly 3:30 a.m., feeling perfectly alert, but increasingly frustrated. She tried everything: sleep masks, earplugs, even cutting out her beloved afternoon coffee. Nothing worked. When she finally came to see me, I asked one question her other doctors hadn't. What medications are you taking, and when do you take them? The light bulb moment came when she mentioned her blood pressure medication, which she was taking right before bed. What Eleanor didn't realize was that this particular medication was triggering a cascade of effects that were jolting her awake in the middle of the night. Here's the shocking truth. Your aging body processes medications, foods, and even room temperature changes completely differently than it did decades ago. That innocent glass of wine with dinner, the thermostat setting that used to be perfect, both could now be setting off internal alarms at 3 a.m. Let me break down what's really happening in your body during these middle-of-night wake-ups. First, your bladder capacity naturally decreases with age, by up to 50% in some people. That means even small amounts of fluid consumption can trigger a bathroom urgency that yanks you from deep sleep. Second, joint discomfort that's barely noticeable during the day can amplify dramatically at night. Your body produces anti-inflammatory compounds while you're active, but these levels plummet during sleep, allowing that shoulder pain or hip discomfort to broadcast at full volume around 3 a.m. But here's the truly critical part, and pay close attention because this could literally save your life. Sometimes those 3 a.m. wake-ups are early warning signs of serious health conditions like sleep apnea, atrial fibrillation, or even blood sugar imbalances. Your body is smart. It's triggering wake-ups when your oxygen levels drop or your heart rhythm changes. For Eleanor, we simply shifted her medication to morning, added a tiny healthy protein snack before bed to stabilize her blood sugar overnight, and within days, her mysterious 3:30 a.m. wake-ups disappeared. Remember when I said reason number 4 changed everything for Margaret? We're about to get there. But first, think about how your daily habits might be setting up these nighttime wake-ups. If you've had success with adjusting your routine, comment health hack below with what worked for you. Your experience could help thousands. The hidden daily habits sabotaging your sleep. What if I told you that seemingly innocent routines during your waking hours are secretly programming your body for those frustrating 3 a.m. wake-ups? This discovery changed everything for Margaret, who had suffered with broken sleep for 15 years. When Margaret first came to me, she was exhausted, frustrated, and convinced she was just too old to sleep well anymore. At 74, she'd tried everything from sleeping pills, which left her groggy, to meditation apps, which left her more anxious about not falling asleep. But when we mapped out her daily schedule, I noticed something fascinating, something her previous 5 doctors had completely missed. Margaret, like many retirees, had slipped into a routine that was silently destroying her sleep architecture from the inside out. Her days had become quieter, her meal times earlier, and physical activity had gradually disappeared from her afternoons. Here's the bombshell truth about aging and sleep that no one talks about. Your body doesn't just need signals to sleep, it needs signals to stay asleep. Throughout human evolution, our bodies relied on consistent daily cues to regulate our sleep cycles. Movement during daylight hours, social interaction, temperature changes, exposure to natural light. These aren't just nice-to-haves, they're biological necessities for quality sleep. Margaret's problem wasn't just that she was waking up at 3 a.m. Her problem was that her lifestyle wasn't giving her body the critical signals it needed to complete full sleep cycles. Here's what was happening. Without afternoon activity, her body temperature wasn't dropping properly at night, a crucial trigger for deep sleep maintenance. Without evening social engagement, her brain wasn't producing the right balance of neurochemicals that support sleep continuity. We made 3 seemingly small changes to her routine. A 20-minute outdoor walk at 4 p.m., not earlier, not later, timing matters. Delaying dinner from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. A 10-minute phone call with a friend or family member around 8 p.m. The results were nothing short of miraculous. Within 2 weeks, Margaret's 3 a.m. wake-ups decreased from happening every night to just once a week. By month 3, she was regularly sleeping until 5:30 a.m., something she hadn't experienced in over a decade. But there's something even more important at play here. These routine adjustments didn't just improve Margaret's sleep, they reconnected her with daily joys she'd gradually let slip away. The afternoon walks became a highlight she looked forward to. The evening calls strengthened family bonds. This is the hidden truth about those 3 a.m. wake-ups. Sometimes they're not just sleep problems, they're life balance problems manifesting in your sleep. Are you seeing the pattern here? Your body is constantly communicating with you, and those middle-of-night wake-ups aren't random glitches, they're specific messages. Before we move to the 5th and perhaps most powerful reason for those 3 a.m. wake-ups, I want you to pause and reflect. How has your daily routine changed in recent years? Have you lost connection with activities that once energized you? This awareness alone can be transformative. If any of these insights have helped you so far, please hit the like button. It helps others find this information too. Now, let's explore the final and most profound reason behind those mysterious wake-ups. The soul's midnight questions. What if those 3 a.m. wake-ups aren't just about your body, but about something much deeper, something speaking from your very soul? This was the breakthrough realization for Gloria, an 80-year-old widow who came to me not just exhausted, but deeply troubled by her nightly wake-ups. Unlike my other patients, Gloria's physical health was excellent. No medications causing issues, no advanced sleep phase problems, nothing that explained why she'd bolt awake at 3 a.m., heart pounding, mind racing. Until one day, she shared something profound. It's always the same time, 3:20 a.m. That's the exact time my husband used to wake up for his early shift at the factory. For 43 years, I'd wake up with him, make his coffee, and we'd have those quiet moments together before dawn. In that moment, everything clicked. Gloria's wake-ups weren't a sleep disorder. They were a soul memory. A deep, emotional rhythm that had been etched into her being over 4 decades of marriage. Here's what most sleep experts completely miss. As we move through life's later chapters, the quiet hours of night often become the only time our deeper emotions can surface. During the day, we stay busy, distracted, putting on a brave face for the world. But at 3 a.m., when the world is still, the heart speaks its truth. These emotional wake-ups often center around unresolved grief that's been pushed aside during waking hours, life review moments, when your mind naturally reflects on choices made and paths not taken, existential questions that bubble up when external distractions fall away. A deep longing for connection in a world that often leaves older adults isolated. For Gloria, we didn't treat her wake-ups as a problem to fix. Instead, we honored them. She created a small ritual, a candle she'd light, a journal where she'd write a few words to her late husband, acknowledging those feelings instead of fighting them. Something remarkable happened. Within weeks, the wake-ups became less jarring, less frequent. When they did occur, they felt more like a visitation than an interruption, a sacred pause rather than a frustrating disruption. This points to perhaps the most powerful truth about those 3 a.m. moments. Sometimes they're not calling you to fix something. They're calling you to honor something. In our rush to solve sleep problems, we often miss the wisdom they contain. Your lifetime of experiences, relationships, loves, and losses, they live within you. And sometimes, in the quiet darkness, they ask to be acknowledged. If you find yourself awake at 3 a.m. with thoughts of someone you've lost, a path not taken, or a question about your life's meaning, know that you're experiencing something profoundly human. Something that connects you to every person who has ever lain awake under the stars, contemplating their place in the vast mystery of existence. Bringing it all together, your path forward. We've uncovered 5 powerful truths about those mysterious 3 a.m. wake-ups. Your body's natural melatonin production changes dramatically with age, creating a hormone cliff in the early morning hours. Your internal body clock naturally shifts earlier, creating a mismatch between your preferred and biological sleep schedule. Your aging body sends health signals through sleep disruptions, signals that deserve attention, not frustration. Your daily habits create the foundation for either broken or beautiful sleep. Your emotional and spiritual life seeks expression in the quiet hours when the world is still. But here's the most important truth of all. These wake-ups aren't a sign that your body is failing you. They're proof that your body is still communicating with you, still adapting, still evolving. The question isn't how to fix your sleep. It's how to listen more deeply to what your sleep is trying to tell you. Start by asking yourself, which of these 5 factors resonates most with my experience? That's your starting point for transformation. If it's melatonin decline, create a truly dark sleep sanctuary and consider gentle support for your natural production. If it's advanced sleep phase, work with your body's new rhythm rather than fighting it, gradually stretching your evening activities. If it's health signals, pay attention to patterns. Same time every night? After certain foods? These are clues your body is offering. If it's daily habits, reintroduce the rhythms your body evolved to expect: movement, social connection, purpose, light exposure. And if it's those soul questions arising in the night, perhaps it's time to create space for them during daylight hours too, through journaling, conversation, creative expression, or simply quiet reflection. Your relationship with sleep isn't just about resting your body. It's about honoring the fullness of who you are in this rich chapter of life. I'd love to hear which of these 5 reasons resonated most with you. Comment below with the number and share one insight that struck you most deeply. If you found value in these insights, please subscribe to our channel. We're creating a community of wisdom seekers who believe that understanding our bodies and minds more deeply is the path to true well-being. Remember, those 3 a.m. wake-ups aren't interruptions in your night. They're invitations to a deeper conversation with yourself. And that conversation might be the most important one you have today. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. Until next time, may your nights be restful and your days be filled with the energy that comes from truly understanding yourself.